artists. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a sketchbook. If you're a student of mine, you've already made one this school year, but it was left at the school. And I see that you're doing a lot of drawings. Mo Williams, a beloved author of ours, is doing daily drawings. I know you love Kids Art Hub. So I'm going to be showing you once again how to make a sketchbook at home 2 different ways. So I'm going to show you the supplies that you need, and then I'll switch to the document camera so you can follow along and make a sketchbook at home to include all of those amazing drawings in. You can also use a sketchbook to write down your assignments, how you're feeling about what's going on, or you can even draw how you're feeling about what's going on. Trust me, it helps. So the supplies I'll be using today are, if you have a large sheet of construction paper, this is great. If you don't, that's okay. Small sheets of construction paper also work. If you made the marbled paper from our assignment the other day, you can also use this as a cover. We'll be using as pages for our sketchbook. This is computer paper. It's a little bit smaller than the construction paper, but that's okay. And for our smaller marbled pieces of paper, I've even cut the construction paper in half to make a smaller sketchbook. To make sure that this book stays together, I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can close your book up and make sure the pages don't fall out. So I have a stapler and I also have some yarn. For the cover, to write our name or give our sketchbook a title, I have some black Sharpies. Let's get started. Okay, so the first sketchbook I'm going to show you to do is how we make a sketchbook while we're in the art room. So this only works if you have a large piece of construction paper. This construction paper is 12 inches by 18 inches. So what you're going to do is fold the construction paper in half, making sure that the sides and corners are nice and even Steven. So what it's going to do is create kind of like a folder of sorts. So then I'm going to take 10 sheets of copy paper. You can do less, you can do more. But I find that most kids can stay pretty busy with 10 pages, and of course you can always add more later. So take these, I'm tapping them to make sure that they are nice and even on the sides so that they're not taller or shorter uneven inside the book. I'm going to put these pages inside the book, close it so that the pages are right in the middle. So you want them sitting right there. If you want to open and close the book and kind of like tap it a little bit so you know all the pages are nice and laying in order in there. Then on the side where your paper is folded, not the side that opens, the side that's folded, you're going to want to put 3 staples. 1 in the middle, 1 near the top, and 1 near the bottom. Then you have a book that you can open, and it's got pages inside of it. I already have one. I've written you can write my sketchbook, you can write your name. It might be important to write down when you made this sketchbook to remember this time where you did distance learning at home, and then the book has a bunch of blank pages. This is how we make sketchbooks in the art room. Now, if you're a kindergarten or first grader, what I do with them is when the construction paper is 12 by 18, I've cut it in half this way, so you end up with a sketchbook that has pages this size. And this is 1/2 of a piece of computer paper. So another way to make sketchbooks is if you have the 12 by 18 piece of paper, you're just going to fold this in half again, make the edges and corners even Stevens, and you're going to need large white paper to go in here. If you were to put this size paper in this book, the pages will fall out to do it with this alternative way of closing your book if you don't have a stapler. So what you're going to do is take your pieces of paper that you want to go inside the book. I'd say this time maybe only do 4 or 5 pieces of the paper. You are also going to fold these in half. Make sure the edges and corners are even Stevens, and you want all the folds to go together. Then you're going to take a piece of yarn or string and put it in the middle of the book. Close the book. And then you're going to tie the book with a knot. I like to do a double knot just to make sure it's nice and tight, and then you can add a pretty bow. You can also trim these. And so now your book has pages. You can also add and take away pages when you do it this way because the pages are a little bit more movable. But with this, you don't need any staples. All right, another way you can do sketchbooks is if you only have these smaller sheets of construction paper. You can put one in the front and one in the back. Again, tap on the table to make sure everything is meeting up at the bottom, and staple. Top, bottom, and middle. And then you have a book. And now instead of the folded, you're going to have all the edges of the papers right here. You can also use the marbled paper that we made the other day. These are half sheets of copy paper. If you have full sheets of copy paper, that's fine too. I've cut some copy paper, and I'm going to put the blank pages in between my marbled sheets. I made sure to flip over the marbled sheets so the front and the back are both showing my artwork. And then I staple the top, bottom, and middle, and I've made myself a book. Another great alternative for a sketchbook. You can make these sketchbooks as big or as small as you want. So this is an even smaller piece of paper. So this was my half size. So this is a quarter size piece of copy paper. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then I'm also folding 4 sheets of very small paper that match this size. So this is, again, 4th size. Now, if I don't have a stapler, I can use yarn. And I can tie up the side. If I do have a stapler, I can staple this guy. So if I have yarn, I can tie it here to create my book. Because this is so small, it will fit inside of my stapler. And I can staple this book. I only need 2 staples for this book because it's so small. And now I've created this adorable little mini sketchbook. Don't forget to label your sketchbook and put a date on it to remind yourself of what you drew during your distance learning classes. So don't forget, you can make a sketchbook any different way. I've made a sketchbook so many different ways here, guys. I can't wait to see your sketchbooks. Make sure to send in your pictures either on the Instagram or send me a message on YouTube or in Google Classroom. Guys, I hope you really enjoy this. Make some great sketches. Don't forget to watch Mo Williams during his lunchtime doodles. You can try some Kids Art Hub videos and get sketching.